Okay, should we go on to the next story, which will be Indira Reddy's Transferring Brokenness?
Great story. Great
That
story.
is an amazing, amazing
We were
story.
talking about that a little bit before we came on live, and I got to thinking after I've read it a few times, and this last time this morning, it's like a minefield of multiple metaphors. It's very well done, and I love how Indira um, ties it up at the end with an upbeat.
Transferring Brokenness by Indira Reddy. The first plate, shattering on the tile floor, sounded like an explosion. The larger pieces clanged sharply for a few seconds against the floor before quieting down. Still too big. She picked up the larger pieces, raised them above her head, and let them slip from her fingers. A softer thud, a quicker jangle, and a lot more shards. Yes, this would do. She selected another plate, threw it up in the air. It asked beautifully before shattering, sending pieces flying everywhere. She waited for all the pieces to fall, for silence to reassert its claim. Too haphazard, too slow. The next plate went soaring up to punch the ceiling and shower her with shards. Instinctively, she closed her eyes and failed to see their last dance. This too I didn't see. She placed the fourth plate on the floor, holding it down with her foot. She ratcheted up the pressure, bit by bit. She could feel the plate straining under her weight. Suddenly, it gave way with a large crack. An almost perfect parable. The last two plates she held in her hands and thwacked them together. The vibrato of their breaking raced pleasantly up to her face. Is this absolution? She surveyed the field of broken plates and saw herself in every shard, the constant undermining of her self-esteem as she failed to live up to his expectations of his perfect partner. The moments of tenderness that infused hope for a change, a relinking of hearts and souls, a new path. Tenuous moments that stayed in their own microcosm, refusing to move forward. The knife skewering her heart from different angles, labeled with a wide variety of faces, yet with none resembling her in the slightest. The timed unraveling of her connections, as his lies, his actions isolated her from those who chose his silver tongue over her earthen pleas. The irrevocable sundering of a promised forever. She surveyed the massacre of the last thing still left undivided after the ravening wolves had had their fill. This is all that is left of me. Her eyes traversed the broken landscape. A spurt of indignation pushed itself through. Was she really this weak, this beyond repair? No, no. Her marriage might have ended, but she had not. She reframed her last thought. This is all that is left of us. It was time to move on.
Wonderful.
Great. So that was Indira Reddy with Transferring Brokenness. I loved this poem. I really, really did. I felt it was so relatable to so many people. I mean, even if it's not necessarily a toxic relationship, I think everybody has had that relationship, but at the end of it, it just feels like a broken plate, that it was something that has just been smashed.
For me, when I read Transferring Brokenness, I thought Indira did a fantastic job of capturing. Actually, she used the word arcing. Sometimes we've all had those relationships that seem to burn hot and fast in the beginning and kind of go out like a falling star. And I think she did a great job of capturing the arc of this particular relationship, whether fiction, whether from experience, whatnot. That's what writers do. We weave a little bit of our own and shared experiences and family and friends and things that we observe. And it's obvious to me that this was written from the heart. It's very authentic. And, you know, we've all heard that as writers, you know, write with blood, write with your blood, be
Write
sincere,
what you know.
because readers know when you're not sincere.
Oh, yes.
And
They will see through it.
this spoke sincerity to me, and it was amazing. I'm always amazed, and I'll probably say this more than once throughout this live cast, what our creators do with an ordinary everyday object. I mean, we have so much fun thinking up these prompts, and the plate
Right.
obviously was perfect for this. Anyway, wonderful job, Indira.